Today we're going to go over a deck inspired by Winota Joiner of Forces with the new fixed version, Djeru and Hazoret in Historic Brawl. But before we begin, I would just like to say thank you to all 156 of my subscribers and those who have tuned into my channel for the past year. Today is the anniversary of my channel. During that time, you guys have watched almost 2,700 hours of my content, and that is quite unbelievable to me. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. So this is my Djeru and Hazoret deck, a call to arms. Now, for those who don't know what Djeru and Hazoret does, it is very similar, as I said in the intro, to Winota Join Our Forces, where when it attacks, you look at the top 6 cards and you reveal a card. Winota used to do it off of every non-human you did to go fetch a human up onto the board. It was very overpowered, and it got banned for very good reason out of the historic and the other formats that it's available in paper. Whereas Djeru and Hazoret is a very fixed version. But instead, if you don't know what this does, let's take a closer look at it. For 2 red, and a white, you get a human god, 5/4, that says as long as you have 1 or fewer cards in hand, Djeru and Hazoret has vigilance and haste. So that is a vigilance thing off of Djeru's original card and the haste mechanic off of Hazoret's original card. And then whenever Djeru and Hazoret attacks, look at the top 6 cards of your library, exile a legendary creature from among them, put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order, and then until the end of your turn, you can cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost. So you don't get to cast it until your second main phase, and it's not, tapped and attacking and indestructible and all the other insanity that Winota had available to it. But this is still a very strong card. So what are we going to do here to abuse this effect? Well, there's a lot of stuff we can do. As with my last video, like I said, I'm going to start cutting these texts down into very smaller chunks to get you guys into the gameplay a little bit quicker. So I'm just going to glance over the columns and then I'll explain stuff that I think is more pertinent. So the first column is all protection stuff, indestructible, hexproof, all that good fun stuff. Second column is mana rocks. Third column is removal spells, single target and mass removal. The third column is kind of what I call the good stuff, quote unquote. It's just leftover pieces that don't have a categorization, like Showdown of the Skulls, Blackblade Reforged, and Shadow Spirit. Blackblade Reforged is really good here because we have so many legends. It's a cheap equip. It makes one of our legends just hit way harder than it normally would. And then we have the next 2 columns is just the pile of legendary creatures that are in the deck. You have to have a good density of legendary creatures in the deck so that Djeru and Hazoret can hit almost every single time. Because there's times when you'll see it in the video, when I swing, I almost brick because it only has 1 legend in the mix. Because even with these 2 rows full of legends, it's still probably not really enough in the deck. And there's a few other legends that are kind of scattered in the last column, and I'll explain why those are sitting there in a second. But we have things that grant haste. We have things that just do all kinds of overbroken stuff that just really work well. And it's kind of fun Boros stuff. And then the last column, as I just said, these are either new cards that I'm trying out, things that I've added to my collection recently, or things that I've never really had a place for before, and I want to use them as an exclusive piece in this deck. So let's take a closer look at this last column. We have Angelic Intervention. This is a brand new protection spell from the new set. For 1 and a white, it's an instant. Target creature or planeswalker you control gains protection from colorless or from color of your choice. So that's usually a drawback to those color protection spells, is if they swing with like an Eldrazi or something like that, you can't prevent that damage. You're screwed. This will do it. And it says if it's a creature and not the planeswalker, you put a counter on it. I also have Thalia Heretic Cathar. 2 and a white, it's a 3/2 human soldier with first strike, and creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter tapped. So I just added this the other day. It's from the new Shadows over Innistrad remastery set, and it's just a good all-around legend. We also have Layla, the Blade Reforged for 2 and a red. It's a 2/2 with haste. It says whenever it attacks, exile a top card of your library. You can play that card this turn, and whenever 1 or more cards are put into exile from your library and your graveyard, you put a counter on it. So I did not have this in my collection, but I added a copy specifically for this deck because it plays well with Djeru and Hazoret. Because what happens is you attack with Layla, she does her exile and gets a counter kind of thing on there. Then she also does that with Djeru and Hazoret because you're exiling the card off your library, and you're going to go ahead and put counters on there. It's so freaking fun. Then we also have Angel Fire Ignition. This is one I've had in my collection, and I was playing it in Standard for a while, but I've never really had a use for it in Historic Brawl. However, we need to be able to keep Djeru and Hazoret alive to keep swinging through. So what this does is it makes him indestructible, gives him lifelink, trample, vigilance, the whole nine, and it can do haste if it's the turn we have it coming in and we have enough mana to do it. So it's just an all-around good card to get him to swing and get our free cast off the top of the deck. We also have Gisela the Broken Blade, another card I added from Shadows just the other day, specifically for this deck. 2 white, it's a 4/3 Angel Horror that's flying first strike lifelink. And at the beginning of your end step, if you control Gisela the Broken Blade and Bruna the Fading Light, exile them and meld them into Brisella Voice of Nightmares, which is shown on the meld side here on the screen. Brisella is a 9/10 Eldrazi Angel with flying first strike, vigilance, lifelink, and your opponents can't cast spells with mana value 3 or less, basically neutering most single target removal and making it so they can't kill the thing unless they board wipe. We also have Thran Temporal Gateway, another card I've had in my collection, just nowhere to really mess with it too much. Well, since this is Legends Matter or historic spells, because that's what legendary creatures are, you can pay 4, tap this, put a historic permanent card from your hand onto the battlefield. Now, this is basically useful for some of the bigger cast stuff because we can't get them back into the deck. We're not playing blue, so we don't have ways of like brainstorming a creature back on the top of my deck to, flip it back over with Djeru later and get a free shot off of it. So if you draw it and you're kind of stuck sitting on a 7 or 8 drop, you can go ahead and use this and pay it 4 and get it into play. Now, do note it's not casting the spell for you, so if there's a cast effect on there, because if you noticed in my deck list, I do have Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger in there, you will not get that cast trigger if you use this to put it in. You'll just get a 10/10 Indestructible that'll do the milling effect when it attacks. We also have Urza's Ruinous Blast, another one of those cards. I've had it in my collection for a while, but never really had a great use for it. But here, it's actually pretty dang good because almost all of your creatures are legendary. I mean, it's just... So if you have 2 or 3 creatures out and they have a board full and you throw the Ruinous Blast down, I mean, it's not hard to not cast it. You're going to have a legendary creature out to cast it, and then you get to keep your stuff, and most of their stuff is going to go poof, maybe except for their commander, for the most part, unless they're playing a Legendary Matters deck. I also just got a copy of Aurelia the War Leader. This is actually one of the new Multiverse Legends cards from the March of the Machine set, but it goes so well in this deck. For 2, red, white, you get a 3/4 Angel with Flying Vigilance and Haste, and whenever it attacks for the first time each turn, you untap all your creatures and you get a second combat phase. So then, if you're attacking with a bunch of legends, and Djeru and Hazoret lives, you swing again and get another free spell off of it during the turn. And then the last card, which I already kind of previewed when I looked at Gisela a bit ago, Bruna the Fading Light. This is the other half of the Brisella meld. For 5 white, 5/7 Angel Horror, when you cast the spell, you can return an angel or a human from your graveyard to the battlefield, flying and vigilance, and it melds at the end of the turn into Brisella. So, and then all of the red and white lands you can go for, and that's really all there is to the deck. Let's get into the gameplay, and we'll see what you guys think of it at the end of the video. Karumonix. Okay. So, we probably got a Pack Rat deck. Or not Pack Rat, what is it? The one with a bunch of frickin' rats. There's a lot of double white in my hand, though. I can't keep this hand. Alright, that's a little better. Because I can do Invasion. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's see what they got. Rat Colony. That was what I was thinking of. Let's tax the Herald's Horn. I don't want them flipping a bunch of cheap rats and just chaining a bunch of them out. I guess I'll pass, because I know they have the Exquisite Blood in hand, so I can slam Lauren and kill it later. And I can take a little bit of damage from these things. I'm not overly concerned there. Alright, let's go ahead and pay the 2 life. Let's get Aurelia down. Because then I could bust the invasion next turn, and I can block a rat unless they chain 2 of them together. Okay. That's a big whatever. We'll block a rat. Alright, so we have the way to make something indestructible. That's the good thing. Let's play Showdown. I need to draw into the deck a little deeper. Ooh, Ruinous Blast will be good. Let's go ahead and bust the invasion. That way we get that rolling with the counters and I'll have the ability to protect. Though I think I should have paid more attention to my auto tapper, because now I can't use Lauren's Escape. You sure? Oh, okay. I mean, if you want to extend your board that far, I am okay with that. Because I'm just going to play Urza's Ruinous Blast probably and destroy the entire thing. The other option is I can play Lauren's Escape and then Vanquish the Horde if I actually have the ability to do that. You know, screw it. I'm just going to Ruinous Blast. I know it's going to destroy my Light Shield Array and stuff, but it gets rid of all those rats. I didn't target it. That was a mistake. But when you got that many rat colonies going on, it's like, I kind of need them gone. Alright, I can't do Djeru and Hazoret yet. I don't know if I even want to screw with that. Let's go ahead and put Elish Norn down. Give them something else to look at besides Aurelia. Like I said, it gives them something else to look at. Alright. So we're just going to keep on slamming in there. What the hell? Once it attached to your creature, you don't lose the game for having 0 or less life. Whenever it attacks, draw a card. Okay, so I'll have to get rid of Karumonix eventually. Or I can just blow it up with Lauren. Like, I'm not that concerned. So we have Urbrask available to us. I could just blow up their packed weapon. We'll go ahead and just turn on this and swing. And then I'm going to play Urbrask. I'm going to mess their draw up. So they can't sit there and hold, like, removal for Djeru or anything else that I have going on. They have to start casting things. Alright. Alright, I got a land off the top. Oh, 2 lands. Okay. We'll play the exiled land. And then, let's see. What do I want to do with this mouse? I think I just... I'm trying to think what I should do here. It's like, do I just play Inferno and smash them and then blow? I think that's the play. I think I play Inferno and swing the flyers and then next turn just destroy the packed weapon so they die as soon as it detonates. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody play that packed weapon before. That's why I was like, what is that? Okay. They don't have any life gain, so they can't, like, exquisite blood drain me or anything. Alright, we're just gonna do this, because this is the funny play. Bye! Like, I didn't even have to swing to win. Sarulf. Have not seen him in a while. Yeah, this is actually not too bad. We get another red, and I can hardcast Haktos, which is fun. I actually really like him. He's kind of funny. Like, if you get 4 on Haktos, that's probably like the absolute best roll you can get off of him. Because there's not a ton of direct removal in the 4 slot. There's actually not a lot of creatures that people play in the 4 slot either. So you can usually get a good, just straight line hit at somebody with it. Alright, we're going to play Thalia. Oh, they have removal. Okay. We did not get the second red, though, so we can't do a turn 4 Haktos. Oh, there's the second red. There we go. Alright, so let's do... Let's do Augusta. We'll pass. Okay, they have a binding, probably on the Shadow Spear. Really? Okay. I'm kind of surprised they didn't go after the Shadow Spear, to be perfectly honest. Alright, let's do this, and let's get Haktos down. Please give me a 3 or a 4. It's a 2. Okay. I'm not going to put Skrelv down, because that just gives them incentive to let the counters go, and they would get rid of the Shadow Spear and the Skrelv. Now, unfortunately, Haktos has protection from CMC 1, so I can't strap the Shadow Spear to it. On the bright side, they don't have anything they can stop me from smacking them with. What is that? Trample enters with a counter. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and play Linvala and Skrelv, because now they cannot do Sarulf. They can't activate his thing. Or no, it's a trigger, right? Can't remember. No, it's a trigger. Okay. Whatever. I'm not that concerned. I couldn't target Haktos with the ability, so not gonna block. Not mixing up my ability stuff, but that's okay. I guess let's play the thing that can be recast, if, you know. Oh, I had 1 card in hand, so it had haste. I forgot about that clause. Alright, so we get a free Aurelia off of Djeru. I've not played this commander much, so it's like I completely forgot about the vigilance and haste if you had 1 or less. Oh, they had another 2. Whoops. That was kind of fun, though. Katilda. Alright, so we got humans. That's the only reason you ever play that one. Don't like this. This is like way too much high end. That's better. I can actually play everything in my hand. Even though it's a mono white hand. I can play the backside of that. So depending on what they have out. If they have a couple of threats, I'll probably do Adeline first. If they don't, I'll probably do Nadar first. So there's Katilda. Not the red mana, because if we had the red, I might have played Plarg. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, it's Morel. Okay. So being that they played Morel, I'm not going to play Nadar right now. We're going to get Adeline online. Alright, Alright, so they took that out. So that gives me all the reason in the world just to blow up everything. I probably should have just done that last turn, but then I still would have borrowed timed my Adeline or Gisela or whatever. So yeah, I think the world's gonna explode this turn. Go away. All right, so probably doing Gisela next turn because I can fly over threats. Put your thing back to the command zone. Thank you. Because they're gonna have to spend at least one turn dipping around. So. Alright, if I do that, that gives me 3 mana. We're not close to Brisella. Let's go ahead and do this. We'll play that, and we'll play the Nadar. And we'll go with that one. Because I'm not as worried about Nadar. If he gets blown up, it's like whatever. Alright, they got a rabble rousing. That I'm not a keen fan of. Alright, Temple of Triumph. Is there another red land on top? No. Go away. I guess let's just go ahead and drop Gisela. And we'll go through the next dungeon level. Ooh. So what does that give? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6. It'd still be 2 turns before I can put her online, and I don't like that. I do have Angel Fire Ignition that I could use on Gisela next turn just to kind of pad the life total, but okay. So we're going to have to wait until we get our artifact and enchantment removal to do anything about the pacifism on Gisela. Okay, so they went ahead and used Faithful Absence. Very strange. Okay. There's my second red source, finally. Well, they just burned 2 removal spells, so let's go ahead and do Djeru and Hazoret. And we'll pass the turn because don't need to do that. And I'm not gonna break the Mind Stone right now because we have a lot of 7 drops and that kind of stuff. Oh god, they have another one. That is so frustrating. All right, take action. So I have to recast it this coming turn. So I'm definitely not breaking that. I need my one of my little board sweeps. Let's go with. If I do that, I still can't cast the Angel Fire Ignition. And there's nothing in my hand that I really want to cast anyway, so let's just redo this. Like, do they have another exile? Because that's their what is that? 3 removal spells? Holy shite. Okay. That hurts. In so many ways. Alright, kill a cat. I need a board clear. Oh, that's not a board clear. Alright, let's do the Angel Fire Ignition on Djeru. And cross our fingers. Yeah, no. That is not going to save us. guess we'll do this. Just to kind of give some extra toughness to things. Ow. It burns. It burns. Go-Shintai. Alright. Let's see what we can do. It's not a bad hand. If we get some more lands, this would be really good. We got Skrelv into Invasion, which I kind of like. Come on. Alright, land has been acquired. We just need one more so we can keep going. What do I not like here? I don't like a lot of it, but I guess let's take their ramp out. I'm gonna go ahead and hit the invasion because I would prefer having it online than to take a little chip damage or put a toxic counter on them. So I mean, they have a bunch of shrines. There's no real reason. Like, I could have taxed one of the shrines, but it's like, nah. I would much rather take out the ramping ability. Alright, let's play Needle Verge on the red side, and then let's play Relic. And we'll smack the invasion again. So if they don't play a blocker this turn, I can flip the invasion. Next turn, I would put a counter on Skrelv. I can cast, or I could use Skrelv to cast Djeru and Hazoret. Okay, we have an invasion on us. Or I can play Morel. I got a lot of options next turn. The other option would be just to play Haktos, because none of their stuff can hit him. You know what? I'm gonna, just because this is actually probably the best option, I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Because then I can try to flip my invasion next turn. I have all kinds of options. Because all their stuff is sorcery speed. It's mostly enchantments right now. So unless they play a land and then play their Go-Shintai, I mean, I have a free and clear shot with Djeru. And then there's also Skrelv, which then I could just make him pro whatever green or whatever, and that would do it. Okay. I'm okay with that. Let's go ahead and let's get to the swinging part. Let's hit the invasion here and them. Let's see what we get off the top. Oh, I have fun options in my hand. Let's go with Ilhard. Because Ilhard can actually free cast a lot of stuff from my hand. Like, if they don't wipe this board, Ilhard is going to make, like, big, dumb stuff happen. What do I want to do? I think I want to play Mangara. So if they try to double spell next turn, I'm good. And now they can't wipe my board because I have Light Shield Array. Unless they have an Exile. Then I just get to cry. This invasion has been, like, really good ever since I picked up a copy of it. It's very unassuming for 2 mana, but it's like you get the effect of the taxation, and then you get a protection spell that pumps your creatures. So all in all, that's a really good thing. Alright. Oh, this is gonna hurt so bad. So we're gonna get, okay, we got this, which I'm going to not do. I'm gonna do, okay, you put it into play. I'm trying to think if I would just want to do that. Because it doesn't trample or anything. Let's just do Gisela. Because then it flies over. I shouldn't have swung with Skrull. That was a mistake. I got a little cocky. But then again, they have a lot of things they have to block. Alright. And then we can still cast this Plarg. We'll just play it as that. And then we'll play... what? We'll play Morel, because if they have something silly like the Wandering Emperor or a Settle the Wreckage, I have the ability to shut it off. They can't respond to my attack and save their butts. They have to be like, what can I get to save my butt? Well, the only two things I can think of are Sunfall and Farewell. I think we might be getting a... I was about to say, I think we're getting Assault Rope, maybe? Oh, nope. They're just going to try to play out a bunch of little stuff. I mean, you can try to play out your stuff to get more blocking doinks, but... I mean, I'll take a card. Don't think it's going to be enough to save you. Especially since I have the Gisela in my hand that's coming down in the air. And it'll be 5 power coming out because of Augusta. Alright, so we just going for the face. Plus Ildhard tramples. So we're gonna slam Gisela just so it guarantees the damage. I mean, I could just be like, I'm just gonna play Ulamog. You know, I should just do Ulamog. It's like, it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll just do Ulamog because, you know, why not? Let's just do the cool play. Play the free 10-10 out of nowhere. Nope. And I was wrong. I couldn't use the Light Shield Array to protect from the Settle the Wreckage because it targets me. It doesn't give me Hexproof. So, but that's still fine. It's still really good. Yep. Bye-bye. Oh, that felt good. I hate Go-Shintai. Etali, Primal Conqueror. Alright. Well, I might get the taste of my own medicine, or this could be the version that abuses the ever-living crap out of ETBs. I guess we'll find out which version they're playing. I didn't mind this hand because they had a Mind Stone sitting in it. And we'll go ahead and play the Shadow Spear just to keep the land from holding up Lauren's Escape or God's Willing. I hate when it does that. That's a lot of mana dorks. I hope I get a land so I can drop that Linvala, because that would be freaking hilarious. Because it would be a shame to just shut off all the mana dorks. Okay. Yay, land. No dorks. So now they're all relegated to the 3 lands that they have because they can't use their Mystic. They can have their Invasion of Ixalan. I don't care. It just turns into a little 4/3 dinosaur. I'm not that concerned. Alright, let's go ahead and get Djeru and Hazoret down. None of that stuff has reach, so, and I'm not blocking with Linvala right now because I don't want them ramping into Etali. So, I doubt they're going to try to kill Djeru and Hazoret if they get a fight spell. They're going to go after Linvala. Okay. It's Gelta. No blocks. Okay, so we have Valor's Stance, we have God's Willing, and we have Lorn's Escape. Pretty good. I think I need to keep... I think I need to destroy Galta while they don't have any green available. Just to keep myself from dying miserably to the stupid thing. And then I'm gonna go... Or do I need to... Do I even need to? No, I don't. Let's just keep going. Push the damage. Oh, wow. That was almost a brick. So if they decide to, like, triple block and then, like, burn, I have God's Willing and Lord's Escape, so... We're going to play Nadar. We still have the extras. Let's go with... Yeah, we'll go with this one. And we'll end turn. So a land and we can play Inferno. Okay. I think I block the Belligerent and I do a escape on it. Yeah, we'll keep that. I want that Inferno. Resolve. Ouch. I'm glad I didn't let the 4 damage through. That would have been lethal. Yep. Alright. 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I got 11. If I just jam this, they're dead. So there's no there's no reason not to. Samut the Tested. Okay. That's the Planeswalker, right? I can't remember. I'm going to keep this because we have a Mind Stone and a board sweep, so... Yes, that is the Planeswalker. Double strike, granting 2 damage, and fetch 2 things and put them onto the battlefield. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and play the Sundown Pass first, just in case I need that red mana on two. Like if I draw something I really would like to put out there. So, but right now Mind Stone's the plan. Alright, just keep the mana flowing. Because we can do Mangara the Diplomat next turn, or we can do Lorna of the Third Path, depending what they play. Tovolar. Is this a secret werewolf deck? Okay. Do I just... No. Do I do Showdown? I'm going to do Mangara. To try to get the cards. Just for the time being. Because I could always slap down the Black Blade next turn and equip it to Mangara and get like a big burst of life out of it. Now, if they do the -2 and hit Mangara, then I know they have Burn. Otherwise, they're probably just going to give Tovolar double strike and swing, which is okay.
I was trained for this.
Okay. I mean, I wasn't gonna block him anyways, because the double strike would have killed him. Even without the damage. I mean, I'll just take the free cards. Because what I'm gonna do... Yeah, I'm gonna go Blackblade Reforge, and I'm gonna slap it on Mangara. And then I'm gonna punch Samut right in the face. So, that gives me all the life I just lost back, and makes them recast the commander, so I'm okay with that. And if they want to recast the commander, they can't really swing, because then I can just kill it again. So it's kind of a pointless cycle of do that. And if they want to play multiple werewolves, or whatever they got going on over there, then I get cards. It's mostly a win-win, for me anyways. Oh no, they're just going to go with that. Okay. Well, it's not pro-white or red. So I'm okay with that. Alright, what did you mill off my deck? Oh, you got a lot of my goodies. Alright. Lauren's coming down. We're going to blow up the sword, because I'm not a fan of that crap. And we'll go ahead and ramp a little more. We'll go red. I already got plenty of white. Mangara can just swing on through. Got all that juicy life back. They probably got something to get rid of the sword finally. That's fair. Uh-oh. Well, I got the land out of the way at least. I may have to sweep this board. I think that's going to happen. I think I'm going to sweep the board this turn with the Vanquish the Horde. I just don't see a path forward, because that Froghemoth is just going to get nuts. Because they milled so many things into my graveyard. It's got plenty of targets to eat out of there and get big. Yeah. Yep, we've hit untenable position. I should have attacked first, but that's fine. And we'll pass. I can probably break the Mind Stone and go ahead and get a card off of it. Resolve. Do they remove all of my humans? No, just Mangara and Adeline are still there. So, like, if I get Bruna to go with this, I could get something back. I think... Alright, there's Samut. They don't have anything to give double strike, thank goodness. But this has been like a game of how much life can I gain back to keep from dying. Let's see. Actually, I'm going to keep the Mind Stone for right now. And we're actually going to play... Let's play Djeru and Hazoret, and I'll keep the Unbreakable Formation available. So that way if they have, like, a burn down the house or something of that nature to try to kill it, or Soul Seers or anything of that nature, the formation will keep it alive so I can actually get a freebie off of it. Path of Ruin, or Field of Ruin is like whatever. I used to have that in all of my historic Brawl decks, but unless you're coming up against somebody playing Field of the Dead, which isn't even legal in the format anymore, it's like, woo!
Surrender now, and I'll spare you.
Alright, let's just go ahead and swing with Djeru and Hazoret. We'll keep her from being able to zap. Delina's kind of cool with Djeru and Hazoret. Layla's good too. There's reason she's in here because of the exile effect of the creatures coming in and out of the deck, but I like Delina better. So we'll go ahead and put her in. Because I can do Delina and Gisela and still have the Unbreakable Formation. I'll tap that, and I didn't have to tap it for a color, but whatever. Oh, I got a Mox Amber, so that's fine. I have a replacement, so gotcha. We'll get another red. I am okay with that. All right, next to damage.
The time for sparring has passed.
And then let's play Mox Amber. Let's play Delina. And let's play Gisela. So I have goodies for days. And then I have a way to keep them alive if they have a board wipe. And if they don't, I get to run them over next turn. And raise Forerunners, huh? Okay. So you give it double strike, which I'm okay with. I'll probably just stick... Well, now I can't kill it by double blocking and then doing the formation, so... But I can prevent a ton of the damage. Because that's 14 damage coming through. I think... Yeah, I'm going to do this just to... Because I can kill the Enrace Forerunners. That's, you know, whatever. I mean, it's going to trample through on the hit, but I'm still going to kill it. And keep mine. Oh! Oh, I get to do it. I get to do the damn thing. Oh, they scooped. Damn it. I was going to play Bruna so I could do the meld and get Bracella. Just to be like, hey. So what did you guys think? I had a lot of fun with this deck. It's nowhere near as powerful as Winona Joiner of Forces ever was, but it does remind me very heavily of that card. And I mean, getting the free legends off of it, you know, free casting Zatalpas and Ulamogs and all these big monstrous dragons and things like that. It's just a lot of fun to mess around with. It's not going to be like this super competitive deck. Like if you go up against somebody who's playing like Kinnan Bonder Prodigy or Atraxa or something like that, you're just going to get creamed. I'm not going to grant you any grand illusions about that. But if you're in a good formatted thing where it's just like a real level commander that's not anything crazy, you're going to have a good time with this deck. And if you have a lot of these cards just laying around rotting in your collection with nowhere to go ahead and build this. It was a lot of fun because that's what this is. There's a lot of cards that I don't normally use in any other deck, and they just kind of merge together and make a kind of a fun little play around deck. So with that said, if you have anything you think I should have had in the deck or should not have had in the deck or any kind of other fun things you would want to include, let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you for watching and have a great day.